Little Nemo the Dream Master is a platformer for the NES. The character Nemo comes from the comic strip Little Nemo in Slumberland. It was published in newspapers from 1905 to 1926. The characters and some of the concepts are brought back to life in this 1990 title by Capcom. The year is 1905 as a little boy named Nemo is asleep in New York. While dreaming, he is visited by a messenger of Slumberland. She tells Nemo that the princess has chosen him to be your playmate, and gives Nemo a present of candy. She wants you to come with her to Slumberland to meet the princess. Your love for candy is evident, as you agree to accompany her on a magical blimp to Slumberland. Upon arriving in Slumberland, you're greeted by an inhabitant named Flip. He is one of the many citizens you will meet throughout your adventure, offering hints or advice. He warns you that the land is dangerous, but if you insist on seeing the princess, use the candy to charm the animals into giving you rides. Now, you don't so much as ride on them, but rather you take control of them. You will use the special ability of these animals to navigate your way through levels in search of keys to open doorways and other stages. The animals' abilities all vary, and sometimes you will use a series of them to climb or descend in stages. An example of a few of the animals are a frog who swims quickly, jumps high, and can kill enemies by jumping on them, or a hornet who can fly for a period of time, fires stingers, and falls much slower from the sky than other animals. And then there is a mouse who can climb on surfaces and has a mallet attack that can break certain walls in the game. Each of the animals have a different amount of health, and they all have their uses towards your progression to the final boss. Now you'll venture through 7 stages before meeting Princess Camille. You find the reason for her wanting to meet you is because her father King Morpheus has been kidnapped by the King of Nightmare Land, which is the land of bad dreams. His plans are to take control of Slumberland and fill it with horrific dreams. The princess then bestows upon you a morning star, which has the power to defeat this King of Nightmare Land, and it's your mission to find and destroy him, preserving nice dreams for everyone. Once receiving the morning star, you will then only have 3 more levels to adventure through. In the last few levels, you won't have to collect any keys. The levels are shorter, and in place of doorways, you will find bosses. This will be a difficult task. The last 3 levels are indeed shorter, but they are just as challenging as the previous 7. And if you run out of lives, you will start back at the beginning of the first of the 3 levels, having to navigate back through all of them, and their bosses. At first, I had no idea that the Morning Star could be charged to shoot a projectile, so I must have spent 20 minutes on the first boss fight, whacking him with my uncharged weapon until he died. Super frustrating. It was then on the second boss fight I became aware that I could charge the attack. I found this out because the boss was always out of my melee range. Charging the Morning Star turns the 20-minute fight into one of a few minutes. And that about sums up Little Nemo the Dream Master. Don't let his innocence fool you. This game is difficult, and it will require some skillful execution. This is a game that has been in my collection since I was a kid. I always found it charming. Even now as an adult, I find it enchanting, from its graphics to its music. If you want a challenging, unique title to play for the NES, I recommend this one. It is one of my favorite NES games of all time. This has been Late Night Retro. Thank you for watching. Until next time.